So today I'm going to talk about service layer. Here I have a layer called service layer. Okay. So what happened is this service layer, we will write business logic. In the service layer, we will write what logic? Can anyone tell me what logic we are going to write in the service layer?
A database, will connect the database and will get the
Or business logic or business validation. Only we are going to perform this. And second point, it will invoke, it will call repository layer. It will call a repository layer. Or you got my point. So what happened is whenever the request come from middleware to controller internally talk to the business logic layer. Business logic layer will give a response back to the controller. Here you will pass a request, the business logic will perform, and that logic will send back to the controller layer. Controller will get the data. That data will be passed to the view layer. See, here still I'm not connected with the database. Till now I'm talking only the service layer, business logic layer. Am I right or wrong? Everybody say yes or no?
Yes, correct.
I got my point. Now, how are we going to build the business logic layer? We'll decide. Notepad. What layer we are going to implement now? Can anyone tell me? Session 6.
Service layer.
Day 6. Number 1, we are going to implement service layer. Okay. To create service layer, we need to use class library project. We are not going to use a web project. We are using a class library project. Let me show you. Yesterday's code I'm taking. Which application? Product application. Product application has been opened. So how many layers we build in the application? Anyone can tell me? How many layers we created in this application as part of product application? You need to talk. You should not be idle.
only one model layer.
No. Yeah, only one model layer. Very good. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create one more class library project.
Yes, sir.
Judy, are you there? You are facing class library project, right?
Yes,
I'll
sir.
tell you how to create it. Now you select this, click next. Now here you are going to say product service layer. Okay, you're going to say product service layer. And then you go and next, you are going to select the standard supports of long term. And you see there is a create. When you click on create, a class library project associated with this solution will be created. Now here you go and select the class, delete. There you are trying to create a product service class. New item. Product service. What is the class I created? What is the service I created? Product service. Now I'm making this public. So what the service basically do is it is going to talk to the, you need to implement business logic in this product service. The purpose of this class is used to implement business logic or business validation who's that? Manikanda, if you are not interested, please leave. Business validation with respect to products. Okay. So
Sorry,
here,
sir. Technically touched. Sorry.
okay. So here I'm going to call. So what I need to get from this service, it should come from the list of products, right? So I'm going to create the list of product. To get the list of product, which layer you need to add it here in this dependency? You need that model, right? Because service required a model. Am I right or wrong? Say yes or no. Everybody.
Yes,
So service need a model. So first, what you need to do, you need to refer the model into your service layer. So what is your step 2? Add reference to the product model layer, product model project into the service layer. Clear my point? Add reference to the product model project into the service layer. Now what I'm going to do, right click, add project reference, just choose product model, click OK. Now try to build it. Once you build here, you write a logic public list of product products list product. Okay, this is how you have to build the logic. Now here I'm going to write list products equal to prepare products. Method name is prepare products. I'm going to create a separate method. I'll tell you why I'm creating a separate method. Just right click, quick refactoring, generate a method. Now in this method, which is this product will return products. Now I'm writing only 2 lines of code. Now here I'm going to prepare the structure. Which structure I'm going to prepare? Instead of having data in the controller, I'm cutting this entire data I'm cutting this entire data. I'm putting in the service. Got the point? You see, what I did is, where the data is coming from? Data is coming from service or controller? Guys, you're not understand? Bhargavi, Amar, can you unmute?
Controller.
Yes, yes, sir. We are getting the data in
Everybody
service.
can. Yeah. So basically, you guys are getting data from the service.
Services.
Okay, so that you are preparing data from the service.
Okay.
Okay, you prepare the data from the service. Finally, you are returning that data.
Return products.
Return
Products.
products. But will it work? If I build it, it will work.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now what happened? Once you done the product, you see the controller. Are you getting a data here?
No, we need to call a service.
We need to call a
Service.
service. Before calling a service, what you need to do?
We need to.
You need to add a reference of the service layer, right?
Yes. Whatever yesterday we did the
Yes.
model class, we need to do the same thing.
So before that, what we need to do here? In
We need
service
to-
layer, containing product service class, we need to prepare a list of product values, list of products. Am I right or wrong? You need to prepare the list of products. And in 4, add reference to the product service layer project to your web project. Product service layer project into the web application. Because to call anything from controller, you need a reference of it. Okay. So what you will do in the project, product application, right click dependency, add a project references, product service layer, click OK. Once you've done that, try to build it. Now everything is built and successful. Now tell me, if I want to call a product service, do I need to create an instance of this class or not? Everybody. If I want to call this method, I need to create instance for this class. Am I right? Judy, Bhargavi.
Yes.
See, this is a class. Okay. Listen carefully. This is my class. Mileswami, you understand this? This is my class. Okay. To call this class into my another project, I need to create a memory for that. How to create a memory for that? Product service equal to new of product. The moment you create an object like this, you can access these two methods. Which method I need to call? I need to call a prepare method or prepare product or list product. Which method I need to call?
List product.
Why it is not prepare product?
Already inside the list product, so we can't. No need to call that.
Do you all understand? Bhargavi, Judy?
Sir.
See, the list product just to call a method. That's it. Whereas prepare product has the data manipulation. Okay. So always have a best practice that you should have this one, not the prepare product. Okay, so now if you go to the product controller, you are going to use list of product. Which value we are going to get? You're going to get the list of products where you say this dot list of products. Why it is not coming?
All the
This
products
dot
are
product service.
product service dot.
Why it is no? This will not happening. Okay, fine.
This also not required.
Product
Direct.
service. Yeah, I understand. I understand. Product service dot. How many methods are there? You see,
One.
list product is there. I have only list product. Why it is not happening prepare product? Only it is having a list product. What is the reason? Why it is containing only list product? Why it is not having a, see how many methods you are seeing in this class? Come on guys, you need to speak. How many methods you have seen in this class? Bhargavi.
Two methods. One is public method, so that is why we are able to see. Another one is private.
There
So
are
that is
two
the
methods. One is list product, another one is prepare product. But this method has a public access specifier. It means that outside this class, I can access this method. Okay, let me show you one thing. Creating another one. See, this is your class. Listen carefully. This is your class. Okay. In this class, you will have product service your class. Product service your class. Right? Everybody clear? What is my class name? Product service. In that product service, I have two methods. In the product service, I have two methods. One is list product. Second one is prepare product. But the point here is the list product has a public access specifier. The list product will have a public access specifier. List product will have a public. Public means what? This is your hall. When you say private means this is your bedroom. Right? Make sense or not? Will you allow everybody in your bedroom? In your home? No, right? Do you allow everybody in your home in your bedroom? Say yes or no?
No.
No,
Amar?
sir.
No. Why? Because it is private to you. When you will allow people into your home only in your hall. Think in that way. When you create a class, product service, anything will be has a public access specifier. It means that this is your hall, so that others can able to access. When you make it as private, nobody can able to access. So when you try to create object here you are trying to create an object. For what? For which one you are going to create an object? You are going to create object for product service. Okay. When you create object for product service, this object will access only public methods. This object only access public methods. It will not access private methods. Okay. So this object, product service object, access only public method. It will not access private method. Like that, you can create n number of objects outside the class. No need to worry about it. But end of the day, you are going to access only the public method. You will not going to access private method. Very clear my point, Raghavendra?
Yes, sir.
Raghavendra. Mayuswami?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so like that way, if you come here, which one I can access outside the class? Public or private?
Public.
Public method. So only list product can get access here. Now you see here, if I put product dot, I can have only list product. Now if you go and change this into public, now if you go back to the product controller, you will see, you will get both list and prepared product. You got it or not?
Yes, sir.
Now you understand, right? So a class can contain only public method will be accessed outside. Private method cannot be accessed outside. It's something like in your home, your hall will be your public. Anyone can come and go, but you cannot allow them into your bedroom or in your kitchen or other areas. Are you got my point? Third person cannot, without your permission, they are not going to access your home accessories. Okay, so that is called private. It is totally private to you. Now I'm going to use list product. So what will happen? This list product will get the value, pass that value here. Got it? You got the point? Everybody clear on this?
Yes, sir.
Now this will work as expected. Now you see here. I'm debugging, just listen this. Why Sai left? Now you see, you got the index method here. Which one the breakpoint is coming? In the index method. Now you see, when I debug by pressing F11, it is creating object. Now if you look into that, it is creating object for a class. You got the object for the class? Say yes or no? Hello? You got the object. Now what will happen? This object internally calls a list product. Now where we are in? Are we in product service right now? The list product has been called or not? Say yes or no. Are you guys sleeping? If you are sleeping, no issues. Unmute yourself, everybody. Judy, Preeti, Raghavendra, Amar. Unmute. You have to
Yes,
talk.
sir. Yes.
Now
We are in
you
the-
see here,
yes, sir.
there is a list product. The list product internally called a prepare product method. You see here. From where I'm coming from? From list product to prepare product. Here I'm going to prepare the product. Now prepare product will have how many records?
3 records.
Now you see, right now is null. Still
Null.
it is not executed. When you run it, you see there is a 3 records. You got the count of 3, which I prepared, and that prepare will send back to the UI, written as a response. You got the value?
Yes, sir.
Now tell me where you prepared the data. You prepared the data in controller or service layer?
Service.
Why you are prepared the data? Because controller purpose is only to get the request, give the request to service layer. Similar way, get the response, send the response back to the view layer.
View layer.
I got my point. Only
Yes.
you are going to accept the request. You should not process anything in the controller. Who has to do that logic? Processing the data. Repository layer. I'll come to that by tomorrow. Okay. So now I have one more thing here. See, you have a product service here. Do I need to access see the same prepare method? For example, here, let's go to here. In the prepare method, I have one more method. Assume one more public method. Here I'm going to have a one more public method saying that get product. Controller required all the three methods or only two methods? List product will send list of product. Get product will get only one particular product. Do I need to pass call a method called prepare product? Is it a good practice?
No.
No.
That is one advantage. So you need to restrict only two methods, even though you have three methods without having a private access to feedback. How to do that? And one more thing. If I without completing this code end to end, I cannot able to build my controller. Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
Yes.
So there is a dependency. There is a dependency. Okay. So point number 5. Without implementing service layer, we cannot implement the controller. We cannot implement the controller. Is it a good practice? Assume I have 3 people. Let's take an example in our team itself. I'm asking Amar to work on service layer. I'm asking Bhargavi to work on controller layer. I'm asking Judy to work on Preeti to work on Judy or Preeti to work on view layer. So, is there a dependency? Is there a dependency? Yes, it is a dependency. Why? Because without Amar completes, Bhargavi cannot implement controller. Bhargavi not completing that particular stuff, Judy or Preeti cannot able to implement view layer. That is not the right way of designing the projects. So what we do is, we are going to implement to avoid such situation, we can implement dependency injection. Dependency injection. You got the point?
Yes.
Everybody clear?
Sure.
We are going to use a dependency injection. What is the purpose of dependency injection? Means to implement dependency injection. To implement dependency injection, we need to create a service contract layer. Which is of interface type. I'm taking some 10 to 15 minutes extra. Okay. Now you see here, Word document. The MVC. Yeah. So what they are telling, can anyone read this? Come on, guys. Service is a class that contains business logic, such as business calculation, business validation, that are specific to the client business. What type of client business we can implement? What type of client business we can implement? We can implement,
Part operations like
no. We can implement GST value, GST calculation. See, you define your product cost. Your product cost is 11,000 rupees. Your GST is 18%. What is your total cost? Who is going to prepare this? Total cost, who is going to prepare? Tell me, who is going to prepare the total cost?
both is dependent on the product cost and GST cost.
So this business logic, this is called business logic. Am I right or wrong? Preeti,
Yeah.
Bhargavi, Judy.
Yes, sir.
So this is the terminology we are going to talk. And service is an abstraction layer between middle layer and application layer. I got my point. So if you look into this diagram, where is that man? You see, controller invoking the business logic and invoking business validation and finally return the response back. This is the data diagram. I got my point. And after, for doing that, you see there is a direct dependency. This is your direct dependency. See, this is how we written a code, right? Your action method will call a service method. Am I right? If you look into our code, your controller calling which method? You all confused? Will you able to understand or not?
Yes, sir.
See, if you are not able to understand, let me know. Let me take one more day also. No problem for me. Bhargavi, Judy, Preeti. If it extend one more day also, I'm okay with that. Raghavendra,
Yes, sir.
will you understand Raghavendra?
Yes, sir.
Preeti? Preeti, are you there? Bhargavi?
Sir,
Mailsa? Yeah, Bhargavi.
Yes, sir.
I'm not understanding.
Very good. Fine. See. This is what I want. You understand controller layer? Did
Yes,
you
sir.
understand control layer? First question. Do you understand controller layer?
Yes.
What controller layer contains? Action methods. Correct?
Yes.
Come again?
Yes, sir.
So, in action method, are you going to write a business logic? No, we should not, right? Where your business logic should be available? It should be in your service layer. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Bhargavi,
Correct.
correct?
Yes.
So to implement service layer, you are going to create a class library project called product service. Do you understand this till this?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand or not? How to
Yes,
create
sir.
this project and how to create a product service? Now, in the controller, do you write any data logic? You just called the method from the service layer. You never write anything here, right?
Yes.
When you do like this, creating object within the action method and calling that particular object, this is called a direct dependency. This is called direct dependency. Now, if you look into the diagram, at time of compilation also or runtime, you will have a direct dependency. You see the diagram? When you compile also, the dependencies is there. When you're calling also, dependency is there. Or you got my point? So controller always depend on service. If service was not been implemented or it was not been established, controller cannot work. I will give you this document. Don't worry about it. I will give you this document. You can take a printout so that you can understand. Okay. Now, to handle such situation, we are going to create a contract. We are going to create a product service contract. New project. Creating a class library project. Product service contract. In this contract class, I'm going to have only an interface. In this contract, I have only going to create an interface. I'll tell you what is interface in detail by tomorrow. I'm selecting an interface. There I'm going to say I product service. And then public. Okay, I created an interface. Interface is nothing but only a method declaration. It should not have an implementation. When I say method declaration, I will tell you, those who are new to this portion will be called it as a method declaration. And this portion will be called it as a method implementation. You got the point? Anything you implement a logic within a method, we will call it as a method implementation. Anything you make a signature of the method will be called it as a method signature. Interface always contain a method signature, should not contain method implementation. Everybody clear with this?
Yes,
What is
sir.
the purpose of interface? Bhargavi, Mailsami, Preeti. What is the purpose of interface? Interface as only method
Declaration.
method declaration, should not contain method implementation. Bhargavi, అర్థమైందా?
Yes, sir.
అర్థం కాకపోతే చెప్పు, no problem.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so here to get that method declaration, first you need a model for the interface. So I'm referring the model. Once I refer the model, here I'm going to use list products here I'm going to say list product. This is called method declaration. Return type, I'm not declaring any access specifier. I'm going to use a method declaration. Now I'm building the project. Now, if you go into the public of iProduct service, in the product service layer, I'm going to call this contract as a dependency. In the service layer, I'm just going to rebuild. See, today's topic is very important topic, and this will be 100% required in your project. I'll tell you because it has a lot of weightage. Now, in the product service layer, here I'm going to inherit a product service. What will happen? This product service associated with this method. And this prepared product is a class containing method. Or you got my point? This interface containing method will be this. This class containing method will be this. Or you got my point? Everybody clear?
Yes.
Judy, Bhargavi.
Yes.
See, you are restricting an object. Now, what I want to do, even though I create an object for this class, I need to access only product method. First point. And second point, even though both are public, how do I handle it? Simply you go to your controller, instead of creating object for the product service, create object for the iProduct service. You got the point? I'm not creating an object for a class. I'm creating an object for the interface. Now, if you go and see, you won't get a prepared product. Am I getting a prepared product?
No.
Why?
You create the object in the interface only.
I'm created an object for interface. Interface containing how many methods? Only one method.
Only one method.
What is that method?
List
List
of
product.
product.
This list product I implemented here in the main class, so that I can able to access, even though you will have n number of public method, I'm going to access only the interface containing method. See, implementation is same. No change in the implementation. For example, if I remove here, if I comment this, I simply say return null. Listen carefully, I'm simply saying return null. Now, when you build it, my project will not break. My project will not break. That means I'm removing dependency from controller to service layer. Am I right or wrong? Did I remove a dependency from controller to service layer? By simply implementing an interface as a contract. Or you got the point? Now, if you run it, it will work. My application will not break. That is the main advantage people are giving dependencies. Now you see here, you get the null value. Thrown error because system.null reference exception. So we need to write a logic here.
Condition we can make of the
At if
model dot
not
equal to null.
Null. There I'm going to implement this logic. What will happen? If model is null, it will not come in. It will simply go out. Okay. Now try to run it. Now see, it will work. See, it will not throw any exception. No products? Say yes or no?
Yes.
Did you see any products?
No.
But null has been handled or not?
Yes.
So Preeti and Bhargavi, without accessing a data, they can able to build this UI? Say yes or no? If the data is not coming to your object, will you able to build the UI or not?
Yes, we can build.
We can build, right? So you are removing the dependency or not?
Yes.
We had removed the dependency or not? See, nobody will explain like this. If you focus, you will definitely understood. Okay? If you are not able to understand, go through the video 5 times. You will definitely understand at one point. Okay? So now, if I remove this code statement, if you uncomment it, you will get the data. You will get the data from the service. Nothing else. You see, I will get a data. I got the data or not?
Yes.
That's all. Now you all understand how to implement service layer? Say yes or no?
Yes, sir.
But sir, I don't want to create object here. I want to create object in my middleware. I want to create object only in my program.cs file. For that, we are going to call a concept called IOC and dependency injection, which we will learn that tomorrow. I don't want to make you to confuse. I'm stopping here. Go through this. See how we build a service layer. First, what we did, we created a product service layer. In that product service layer, we implemented 2 methods. The list to product method only has skeleton, doesn't prepare the data. I got my point. The data is coming here. Once we come that, what we did in your product controller, instead of product service, product service, I'm going to use product service class. What will happen? It will try to create an object. It will call the list to product. It automatically give you a product. That product will be shown in the UI. Sir, as part of product service, I have 2 methods, but I want only a list product method, even though both are public. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create object for my interface. The moment I create object for my interface, this product service has only list product. It should not have prepare product. Whereas if you use a product service class, you can have prepare product. Both are same. You can have prepare product. Even if you use prepare product also, you will get the same data. Even if you use list product also, you will get the same data. But always a best practice, your calling method should not have any logic. Or you got the point? Do you all
Yes.
got the point?
Yes, sir.
Preeti, Judy, Raghavendra, you
Yes,
understand?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
Sami? And then finally you have to build the project. Just go and say product service.
Sir, I have one doubt. Here, whenever we call the object in the I product service interface, we can say that the tightly coupled, loosely coupled.
Yes, it is loosely coupled.
Yeah. If you are using the product service, we can tell the tightly coupled.
Tightly coupled. See, basically nobody will call loosely coupled tightly coupled. They'll call it as a dependency or non-dependency.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, fine. Now, tomorrow, I'm going to talk about create object for the service in my middleware layer so that you will complete the dependency injection by tomorrow. Thank you, guys. Do you have any other questions? Feel free to ask. Any questions? Any questions?
Sir, if you have time, can you please prepare the curriculum like what .NET Core, what we can